Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. It's where we're at. We're starting to wrap up this clutch job. Hoo-hoo. A little bit of annoyance. Of course, I took out the bolts and bagged them and labeled them. But dummy me, yeah, I mentioned this before. Take pictures as you go. Take pictures of it before you take it apart so you know where stuff goes. I'm having a heck of a time. This bracket goes up under there, and the end of that fluid flex line goes in there with a clip. And I couldn't remember which way it went. Typical. So, what we got to do is it actually hangs off the bottom starter bolt, which is that. And the other one is a stud with a nut. This is supposed to go up top, on the top of the starter. So we're going to go ahead and get the starter started. Bad jokes. Insert comments below. We're going to get the starter going up top with that top stud. Get in position so we can get that bottom bolt in there and get that bracket installed. So stand by. And of course, there's no room to work down here at all. Everything's just in a very awkward position. I may have to go from the bottom to lift this up into position. I don't know. We'll give it a try. Get my big hands in here. And where's that hole? Right there. It feels like it's flush. There we go. Got that most of the way in. I'll come back and tighten it up in a minute. I just want to get that bottom bracket going because I got to get that hose hooked up and some other things. Okay, so there's your hard line up there into the bracket with the flex hose. We'll come back here. Here's the starter. Here's the bottom bolt hole. I don't know if you can see that. I'm having a hard time seeing the screen on my camera. And just so we know the orientation, in case anybody else is looking for this frantically on YouTube because they didn't take pictures, that goes there and the bolt goes through and hangs just like that. Alright, here's my finger just so I can see what's going on. There we go, just like that. And once you get that on, there's a clip that goes with the end of this that holds it. I'll show you that. I'm going to get this done and come back. And there we go. Get the flex line in the bracket with the clip. There's the clip. Just slides up under there. There's a slot behind this part that slides into. Actually, I had to take this back off of here in order to get it to fit right. This hose is not exactly long enough. Although, when I ordered it, they said it was correct. Like I said before, you never can tell with parts. Now it's got to get that bolt buttoned up. And basically wrong again. Oh boy. The rod goes in there like that. This is supposed to mount up here like this. That's never going to work. It's interfering. And there's no sense in having that like that. This has got to be here for some kind of support, so I got to figure something else out. So, take pictures before you start. Are you guys getting the hint yet? Don't be like me. Don't do it the way I do it. Take pictures, lots of pictures. And make sure they're good pictures before you take it apart. Ah, boy. Yeah, that's more like it. Bracket goes the other way, which means I had to take that clip out and spin that fitting around in it to go the other way. Temporarily mounted the sleeve cylinder so I can see the lineup. Just put the bolts in loose just so it's in place. And let's see, this one's further back than that. And since we have that, I'm going to assume the short side is going to go up top, like that. And that will fit in there somehow. Let's try it the other way. Nope, no chance. I was right. Yeah, it's got to be like that. Got to bend this a little bit to get it straight. But there you go. If you look at the parts and keep messing with it, keep messing with it, you'll eventually figure it out. But if you don't have the time and you just want to get it done, take the pictures. Holy smoke. Sure wish I did. By the way, 14 millimeter for this and the nut on the stud on top. Both these bolts of the slave cylinder are 14 millimeter. I think, and if I'm wrong, I'll post it here in a caption. Both of these should be 27 foot-pounds, and these should be 14 foot-pounds. So, onward. There we go. Nice and tight. Torque down. Top and bottom bolt of the starter. Slave cylinder and these two bolts torque. By the way, these are not 14s, they're 13s. Don't ask. I don't know. Get the spring back on there. Working the way it's supposed to. Throw a little grease in this joint, a little bit of grease on the end of the spring so we don't get any squeaks. And now I just got to find my line wrench and get this line back in. It goes from here to here. And finally, holy smoke. Not one thing, it's another. You wouldn't think it'd be too hard to put two nuts in, but it is. These are not the usual 10 millimeter size. They're 11s. Somebody, I don't know, somebody made this up. And they don't line up right, and as you can see, it's not one over the other, it's on an angle. You figure it came off, it should go back, but no. I actually had to unbolt the slave cylinder just to get those fed in and not cross-threaded, which I did. But once you did that, I figured I'd do that and then just bolt the slave cylinder back to the transmission. You can get one bolt in, but the other one won't thread. Bend it up, bend it down. Oh, Lord. Take this one out, put the other one in, that one won't go. Whine, complain. Yeah, I know. It's in now. Do some tricks, but my gosh, she's been fighting me all the way. Don't know what I'm going to do next. We'll find out. Yep, just in time, as usual. Rain. No thunder yet. Whew. Okay, got the throttle connections back together. This little pin right here is a bear, unless you take the air cleaner off. There's my fabricated throttle rod. Figured out, just need that, leave that a little loose here. You don't want to tighten them all the way down, because otherwise it won't slide, it'll bind up. The same on the other side. Just a little bit of play. In fact, I think that one could be a little tighter, but we'll deal with it. Get everything in down there. I tried gravity bleeding for your dancing and dining pleasure, but didn't work. Gonna need some help with that. Thank goodness tomorrow's Saturday. I can get the wife to help a little bit, borrow her foot. Put on my clutch pedal instead of up my, oh, never mind. As usual. Nah, she's been great about this. She's been really patient, and she buys parts for me. Can't complain, guys. You got a gal that buys parts for you. How can you complain? Oh, goodness me. That's most everything on the checklist. Still got the battery unhooked. Need to bleed that clutch system. Check the adjustment on that push rod to clutch fork. It's an 1/8 inch. Saying something about taking the spring off and try to pull the arm away, and it should move only 1/8 of an inch. But I can't do that until I get the thing bled out and get the proper pressure in it, get in the proper position. So no sense in that. Clutch pedal's already been set up. The height's good. The free play on the push rod for the master cylinder is good over there. Whew. So I think that's about it for today. Fixing the storm again anyway. Boy. Always something around here. I'm going to hit my checklist and see what left I got to do. Shouldn't be too much. I still got to fill the trans and get the shifter back in. I haven't done that yet. What? It's a mess? Oh, should have seen it before. It was double this. I already put some away. That's empty. That was my parts box. No, it was actually double this. Floor, seat, piled up in the middle. It was a mess. And here's my rusty old clutch parts. Woo-hoo-hoo. To be fair, that happened after I took them out of the truck. But as you can see, not a lot left. It's almost down to the rivets. Probably still had a good 10,000-15,000 miles on it. This side's actually better. That's okay. The way I drive, this clutch is going to be good for about 20 years. Because I don't do but 6,000 miles a year. I just stay around town, pick up my scrap, go to the scrap yard, here, there. No biggie. But there you go. I'm going to wrap it on up. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for having a look. Hope I'm not boring anybody. I'm just trying to put as much of this up as I can, because these 75 to 78s, there's no information on them out there. I've mentioned this before. And I just want to see the way things are arranged, so you don't have to go through the hell that I do. And by the way, that's a little clip. Backside towards passenger side is straight. The other side's got the whoop-de-doo in it. You cannot buy throttle rod anymore. That's why I had to make that. There you go. Appreciate you all stopping by, watching. Subscribe if you want to. See something you like, go ahead. If you don't, no problem. We'll see y'all next time. Later.